Good day, everyone. My name is Anna Atomade, and if you're new on this channel, this is Talk Insurance with Hannah. And on this channel, we demystify insurance terms and we help you with your insurance decision. So, this episode, we want to talk about questions about property insurance. So, if you have been following, you will notice that we take a type of insurance, we talk about it, we allow the viewers to send in their questions and we address the questions. So the same thing is going to happen for property insurance. So we just have few questions, 3 questions to answer on this episode. So the first question that was asked was, I don't have a property of my own, I've not built my house, so why should I get a property insurance? So, and the only answer that I can give to you is that if you have not built a house, it's not only house that is classified as property. I know to some Nigerians, when they hear property, the first thing that comes to their mind is a building. But in insurance, property is anything that you have used your money to buy that belongs to you. So it's not only a building, your property is anything that your valuables, your furniture, the TV in your house, your gadgets, your laptop, your phone. So anything that when something happens to it, it affects your financial savings. So that is what is classified as property. And what are the coverage? You can cover them against fire, you can cover them against burglary, you can cover them against impact. And you know that when you are getting this insurance, you need to even know sometimes your furniture, like your chair, your fridge, your freezer that big, you may not even need to cover them against burglary, because if a thief comes to your house, they will not have the luxury of time to cut away with your furniture. But you see the movable items, your TV, your laptop, you can cover them, you can buy a burglary insurance while you just buy fire and other perils for your furniture and the property that is not easily moved around. So for you to know, so you know, it is very important. Anything that belongs to you, that when it got damaged, when it got stolen, it will affect your financial savings, it will stress you in getting them back. You need to get an insurance coverage for it. So the second one is actually very similar to the first question, but I just decided to address it separately. So a colleague asked me this question, that your movable items, can you insure them? Because a friend of ours was going on the street of Abuja and she was burgled. They took away her MacBook, a camera, her iPhone, and she was like, is there a way that these items can get covered? I said yes, but you know, in insurance, if you have a prudential underwriter and if you want to have an underwriting profit, there's some things that we consider. We know that your MacBook, your iPhone, your phones, your cameras, they are exposed because you move them around. So many times, so many underwriters, they don't want to write this policy standalone. So they will advise you that you should incorporate it with your household items. So what does that mean? You have your laptop, you want to buy insurance cover for it. They will say, okay, bring every item that are not exposed. Like your TVs in your house, you don't move them around. So there is the tendency of it being stolen is low to your laptop that you move around. So they will say, okay, bring all these items together so that when this MacBook get missing, we can have a kind of underwriting profit so that we know that we don't lose outrightly. So no insurance company will give you a cover for your laptop, and even if they do, it's always expensive, but it's very rare. So they will advise you to add it to your household items, and when you are adding it, you need to note that the premium too comes differently. For your household items that is in the house, they can give you 0.3% premium rate, while your laptop that you move around, they can give you 8% premium rate. Yes, it's high because it's the exposure. So those are the things that you need to know, that premium are charged based on the probability of the risk crystallizing. So if you know that the probability of this happening is just 0.1, yes, the premium will be high. But if you know that the probability is high, 0.9, then the premium will be high. So you know your movable items can be covered. They have high premium, but a lot of underwriters don't write them standalone. You need to add them to all your household items. So I hope that answers the question. So go to the last question. Yeah, the last question is very interesting, and a friend asked, I think in one of the episodes on YouTube, when I talked about dog bite liability. She was like, oh wow, so there's a policy. Yes, in Nigeria it's not common, and I got to hear that when I was having a conversation with someone in US, that there's the optional coverage of dog bite liability. And I'm just thinking now, yes, we can introduce it in Nigeria. What this means is that, see, for everybody, you owe your neighbor duty of care. Whatever thing that you have in your environment and you know that it can be injurious or harmful to your neighbor, it is your duty to ensure that you are very careful, you are not negligent, you are not careless in exposing your neighbor to danger. Now, let me cite this example. In my house, I have tiles. My daughter pour water on the floor, and I was negligent because apparently I was supposed to clean that water immediately. I was negligent, I did not clean it. A neighbor walked in, did not know about the water on the floor. She stepped on the water, slip and fall. Now, at her falling, she had an injury, a fracture. She was taken to an hospital. It is my liability as a host to take care of that hospital bills. I know Nigerians, sometimes we used to do like, it can happen anywhere, then we allow the person that is injured to take care of the bills. But it is wrong. For the fact that accident happened in my house, and it's as a result of my negligence that led to the accident. So I am supposed to pay for the hospital bill. The same thing is applicable to dog. When you have dogs, especially you have all these German Shepherd, that you know that they are white dogs, it is your duty to cage them, especially in the daytime or when you have your gate opened. So come to think of it, in an hot afternoon, you have invited me to your house. Your gate is opened, but you have your dog released. I don't know. I walked in innocently into your house. Your dog attacked me and I got beaten. At that point, I'll be taken to an hospital, and there's a liability, there's an hospital bill. So it is your duty as the owner of the dog to pay for my bills, because it was your negligence that led to the dog bites. So what this is going to do for you is that when there is a negligence on your part, you did not do duty of care, there was no duty of care to ensure that your neighbor is secured, then you know that it is your liability. So if you have an insurance coverage, the hospital bills that you have, it is the insurance company that will pay it for you. You don't need to bring out the money from your pocket. So if you have a dog, you know it's a white dog, I will advise you to take up this cover. And I think Nigeria will not even do it standalone. It's going to be an additional coverage to your property insurance. So this is also what you need to know. So there are other liability. You can take third-party liability. They don't even need to call it dog bite. You can just call it third-party liability. So this is what you actually need to add to your insurance coverage when you are buying your property insurance. So these are all questions that was asked for this on property insurance, and I want you to send in more questions. Like I said, your concern, even if I don't have the details, I can get people that can get your question answered. And it's going to get interesting as we go on. I'm looking for a platform whereby I can bring people to come and talk to you on different things, so that it's not be like every episode they're just seeing Hannah's face. So it's promised to be more interactive as we go on this journey. So I believe this episode, you find it interesting and you find it informative. So I just want you to help me I want you to comment, and I want you to share to your family and friends. and also send in your question. You can send in your questions to talkinsurancewithhannah@gmail.com. You can send on Instagram, you can send on YouTube, you can send on LinkedIn, and your questions will be answered. Thank you, bye bye, and see you in the next episode.